Frank, and I'll be tier listing all the 3 Zelda games that I've played. I'll rank them accordingly. So, Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword, for me, the dungeons were either hit or miss. One of my favorite dungeons is the Ancient Cistern. Pardon me. And the first dungeon, I forgot the name of it, I think, was it Forest Temple? It might have been Forest Temple. However, for me, the story was too linear for my taste. I prefer games that are more that allows you to do more things at once. And the storyline for me was just very straight from area to area. And since there have been 3 areas plus Skyloft, it was okay. It was a bit too linear for my taste. I'm gonna put that one in C tier. Now, because in C tier, Wind Waker. For Wind Waker, I don't like the cartoonish art style. However, I immensely enjoyed the vast open sea. It was quite expansive. The boss fights were not enjoyable to me. The final boss with Ganon was relatively right. I'll give it a C tier. Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask, this game I have quite fond memories over, as I played it for 4 years ago. Despite the lack of dungeons, which I do not like, I do appreciate the dark and serious tone that this game facilitates. Sorry, give me a second for Skyward Sword to be placed in C tier. My laptop's lagging a lot. It's very unfortunate. C tier, as soon as it loads. Yeah, so as I was saying with the Majora's Mask, I immensely enjoy the dark and serious tone that this game facilitates. Since I played Majora's Mask prior to Ocarina of Time, I didn't know what I was doing for the first time I played it. I finally figured out how I could leave Clocktown. The different Easter eggs located within the game, such as the field theme being similar to the previous Zelda games, I immensely enjoyed that, and therefore I'll give it A tier. Now, for Wind Waker, let me put Wind Waker in C tier. Wind Waker in C tier. And Majora's Mask in A tier. Give me a second. There, give me a second. Alright, those are the standings currently. Twilight Princess. So I was always one to prefer the more realistic art style in my Zelda games over the cartoonish ones. When I first played Twilight Princess, I was at the time of my life where the dark storytelling appealed to me. As such, I've always had a fondness for this game. I think Zelda's design in this game is the best design. And that goes, for me, I would say that would go in B tier. And B tier. Ocarina of Time. Now, where is Ocarina of Time? Similar to Majora's Mask, I also had fond memories of it. However, around that time when I played it, I was not in a good relationship at all. As such, the memory is still with me. Regardless, this game encouraged me to think outside the box, as I did not want to look up any of the guides on how to go through the various types of dungeons. My favorite dungeon of this game will always be the Forest Temple. The surreal, calm, and beautiful music in this place made me feel like I was in heaven. I really enjoyed that theme. It's always a nice, subtle theme. Easily the best dungeon, and along with this Shadow Temple as well. And in terms of design and the most atmospheric, both the Shadow Temple and the Forest Temple for me, I immensely adore those 2 dungeon designs. That goes in S tier. That's Ocarina of Time, S tier. For me, it's immensely nostalgic. Now, Breath of the Wild. Since Breath of the Wild was my first Zelda game, I was immediately in love with it. Everything about this game got me wondering what is on the next side of the hill as soon as I start walking towards it. It's easily the best game to start off with, and as an introduction to the series. For a while, the game's exploration and the vast depth of the world altered my taste and preference when it comes to video games, and as such, I really immensely appreciate that, and everything it has to offer is a great start. As such, S tier for Breath of the Wild. Now, Tears of the Kingdom. Having eagerly awaited this game and being hyped for it for 365 days, I was a little bit disappointed with the lack of diversity within the Sky Island, and the lack of diversity when it came to the depths. However, this iteration of Ganon is one of my favorites in the series. Since this is a sequel, I admire how some of the mechanics work. The dungeons were quite lackluster, however, some of the boss fights are cool. Gibdos and likes making reappearance certainly delighted me, and as such, I will give it A tier. So the final standings are Breath of the Wild and Ocarina of Time A tier. A tier, S tier. Majora's Mask, Tears of the Kingdom A tier. Twilight Princess B tier. Skyward Sword and Wind Waker C tier. That's my first tier list ever made. I'm recording this late at night. Enjoy.